Hey guys, it's Taryn. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I asked on my Instagram and my Facebook and my Facebook group what kind of questions you want me to answer, whether that be about homeschooling or large family life or motherhood or anything. So I got a bunch of questions, and I got a lot of questions actually. So in order to make this video not too long, this is going to be part 1 of 2, and I will answer the rest of your questions probably in about a week or so. So look forward to that. So I will just jump right in with the questions. Okay, the first question is from Little Handmaids. Do you worry about posting pictures of your children on social media? And the short answer is yes, I definitely do. I worry a lot about it, actually. And I mean, especially nowadays, you hear so much about social media and about the dangers of social media. The fact is, I am in the business of social media. I have a blog channel. I mean, I used to not prevent it, but I wasn't posting pictures of my kids, and then I started to post pictures of my kids because I want my kids on my Instagram feed. I want to look back years from now and, you know, see my kids growing up. And even like Facebook, you know, when they do the on this day thing on Facebook, I love that. I love looking back at it. So I do want my kids on my accounts, but I do have to be very careful. The biggest thing I try to do is just not mention location. I wasn't mentioning even my children's names or their ages or their grades or anything like that, and then I kind of thought that was a little much. I don't know, maybe that was a little, you know, me being too paranoid. So I have mentioned their names and things like that, but I really try to be careful not to mention anything about our location, even the general area where we live. I don't mention our state, or I try not to do any videos or pictures where it would give away our location. So that, I mean, that's about as good as it gets, I guess. I just pray and you know, trust that God's going to protect me and protect my children, and I just do the best that I can. So it's hard. It's so hard nowadays, but we have to, you know, we have to just pray and trust, right? So the next question is from Tina at Dream Free Art Studio. She has a channel, so be sure and check her out. Her question is, how do you manage meals and meal planning with a large family? And I did write a blog post about that a little while ago, so I can link that down below. Our family has dairy allergies and we have gluten allergies, and for the most part we eat a keto-ish, I'd say more of a low-carb, high-fat diet, my kids included, and I'll probably have another separate video about that, how we eat, at a later date. But basically, I'm not a short order cook, so I do cook dairy-free and gluten-free, very, very low-carb, and everybody eats it. And that's that. I am not going to cater to anyone unless it's allergies. Of course, I will do that. But basically, I meal plan every Saturday. I just kind of take a look at some of the sales. I take a look at what we have in our kitchen, our pantry, you know, the freezer, that kind of thing. And, you know, if I have a lot of chicken or I have a lot of fish, then it's going to be a lot of those type of meals for that week. I look at our schedule. I see which days that we have to have some quick meals, which days I might need to use a crock pot, which days we're going to be home, so then I can make a big meal. And I attempt, even though my kids are getting older and hungrier apparently, I attempt to make extras for leftovers so that we can then eat those leftovers for lunch. You know, if I make a chicken for dinner, I might be able to have the chicken for, you know, chicken salad, or I'll make a soup or something like that. So it's not too complicated. You know, I have 7 kids, and I kind of just, again, do what I can with what I have. Next question is from our nest of 9. Do you want more kids? So funny. I don't even know how to answer this really. I have 7 kids. My newest little baby is 6 months old, and I have 1 boy and then 6 girls in a row. So for the first time, honestly, I feel like I could be done. We truly leave our family planning up to God. So, you know, I cannot say that I'm done. I really can't. If God blesses us with another baby, then he does, and I will love on that baby and, you know, dote on that baby just as much as any of the other ones. But I will say that I feel complete. I feel like I could be done, you know, so if he gives us another baby, great. If he doesn't, I am more than blessed, honestly. From I'm Busy Being Awesome, she has the next question. How do you manage to follow the keto way of eating with a large family? And I touched on that a little bit, and I will have a separate video about this. But basically my children are not, they don't follow a ketogenic diet. They follow more of a low carb, high fat diet. So I make sure they get plenty of healthy fats for their brains. I know what ketones do for brain fuel, and I want their brains functioning on that instead of carbohydrates and sugar. So that's pretty much it. My husband and I will definitely do more of a keto way of eating. And yeah, I guess I'll have to make another video about that, so that will be coming. Okay, next from Amy. How does homeschooling compare with state schooling? And the short answer is I don't really think it does. Sorry about that little interruption. I have kids running around in the background. So how does homeschooling compare with state schooling, from Amy? I don't really think that it compares very much. You know, and that's honestly why I pulled my oldest child from state schooling. It doesn't really, I mean, I think of homeschooling, I guess the closest thing would be if you watch When Calls the Heart. You know, they have that one room schoolroom where she teaches everybody, you know, from maybe high school age down to the littlest elementary school age. That's kind of close to homeschooling, I guess. You're teaching a bunch of different ages and a bunch of different levels in one schoolroom, you know, one teacher. A huge difference is I will probably teach my elementary students in, you know, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then my older ones might have 4 hours a day, sometimes 5, maybe for my 8th grader, but not very often. So it's shorter, they get a lot more attention, and there's a lot more freedom and flexibility. Tanya asked, what kind of planner do you use for homeschooling your large family? So I actually have a video about that that I put up, I believe, last fall, about the homeschool planner that I made. I made some of the printables, and I took some from elsewhere, and I linked those for you so you can get those printables. This year I've actually created my own homeschool planner because I needed, again, kind of more flexibility, and I needed printables that were catered to large families, because this year I will definitely have 5 students, and then I'll have a preschooler, so I need more room and I need just different things for my family. So I have actually created my own, and I will have that up in my store very soon. Should be the beginning of July, so I will leave that below when it's ready. Sarah asked, did you always know you would homeschool? No, I did not. I went to a great, sorry about the noise in the background here. I went to a great private all-girls school. We had a very rigorous education, and so education was always very important to me. My oldest child, he actually went to public school in kindergarten. He had a great year. I missed him a lot. It was only half of the day, but I still missed him terribly. And then he went to 1st grade in public school, and I pulled him out after about maybe 3 weeks because he was having nightmares about his teacher, and the kids were crying in the classroom, and I didn't think that was right for little kids, for little 6-year-olds. They shouldn't be crying every day when they went to school. So I pulled him out, and backtracked the year before when he was in kindergarten. I had picked up, unknowingly, I didn't even know that it was about homeschooling, but I picked up The Well-Trained Mind, and I read the whole thing because I wanted to supplement his education. So, you know, looking back all these years now, I think God was preparing me to homeschool. I didn't know it at the time, but I think, you know, his hand was there, and he knew that I was going to homeschool in the future. So he put that book in my hand, and he had me meet a couple homeschoolers that year, and the rest is history. So no, I didn't know I wanted to, but I kind of got into it really quickly as soon as my son hit, you know, school age. And then Erica asked, what are your kids' names? So this goes back to the whole privacy thing, but I will share because I know I have in videos before. My oldest is Connor. Then I have Lily, Felicity, Scotland, and that's S-C-O-T-L-Y-N. Yes, from the country, but we changed it up a little bit. Charlotte, Brinley, and Genevieve. So those are my kids. So that's it. That's all the questions for today. Like I said, I will have a part 2 coming up. So if you like this video and you want to see part 2, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that I'm not wasting your time. And I hope you subscribe and stick around so you can see more videos. Have a great day. Bye-bye.